It is now June 28th. It is a couple weeks after the last video I made after episode 2. This is episode 3. Welcome back. I could have finished the deck on the last episode, but all of the lumber stores around here were out of decking boards because of the pandemic. They finally came in, and so I'm ready to finish it today. Okay, let's get right into this. As I said, this deck has been sitting for 3 weeks because I've not been able to get a hold of any decking material after I originally bought the 2x. So I got 12-foot 5 1/4 decking boards, and these actually come out to be about 12-foot 1/2 inch. So I cut them all at 6 foot 1/4. That's going to leave a quarter hang off on my edge on my right side of the deck. That's perfect for what I need to do. I made sure I got all straight, almost perfectly straight decking boards. That makes the whole process of installing them easier. So here I'm setting up the camera, but my first thing I want to do is I want to set the boards on the edge first. My middle boards don't really matter that much. My edge ones have to be perfect. So I take just one of my 6 foot lengths and I screw it to the end and use that as a spacer for hang off. So I make the hang off of my first board the exact width of one of those decking boards. That makes everything even. So I set all my boards there and I'm just getting ready to rock and roll. And what I really want to do is just make sure there's no gaps. So these boards will flex a little bit and I can really use my feet and my legs to push against the other boards to make everything even and flush. And you'll notice that I'm not screwing in all the screws. So I'll put 2 screws per joist per board. But I'm not going to screw them all in. I'm going to screw maybe every other joist, every other board. But I'll keeping in mind that I don't want to ever lose a joist, because when you're trying to screw it all in after you're all done, you're like, where did that joist go? So you want to make sure you've got all the joists covered by at least one screw. So I'm going to jump directly to the other side of the deck, and I'm going to do the exact same thing I did on the first side. I put a spacer board and I space that first piece the exact width of that first board of that board. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to screw in all of the joists, skipping every other one, every other board, so I don't ever lose a full joist. As you can see, my youngest son is always there to help me. He's always there to lend a hand, taking my ear protection. I don't know if you guys use ear protection, but I use ear protection almost every job I do, especially when I'm working these loud tools. Even the simple impact driver can really mess with my hearing and give me a headache if I use it for a prolonged time. As I get to where the boards meet in the middle, things get a little bit trickier because I don't have enough room for a full piece. So I have to cut at least one in order to get it to fit. But I'm not going to cut a little sliver. You can see I have a little sliver, about an inch and a half sliver space there, but I'm not going to throw a sliver in there because I don't want that small of a board. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the rounded edges off of one full piece, and then I'm going to go and I'm going to mark those other full pieces, and I'm going to make kind of like 3 boards sandwiched together. So you're never going to know, and those rounded edges aren't needed on that center board because it's mostly going to be covered up anyways. My next step is just to finish off screwing off the rest of the deck. I know that all the boards are perfect, and this is exactly how I want it to be. I bought one 5-pound box of 2.5 inch deck screws, and it's crazy. I only had 5 screws left in the end, so it turned out really good on this job. That rarely happens to me. I usually have to buy another box and end up only using a few out of that box. I had my wife help me chalk a line on the end of the deck so I can take my circular saw and cut that all evenly. Then I place the tank where I want it to go and now start the process of filling it. It took quite a while, just using city water. It wasn't too bad though. My boys are super eager to get in and cool off on this hot day. It's really nice to do a hard project like this. I know it's not too strenuous or not too laborious, but it's really nice to see something that you have built with your own 2 hands and be able to appreciate it, enjoy it, especially when it's with your family. I hope you guys get the opportunity to do that as well. Here comes the best part. I still have a bunch more planned for this stock tank pool / hot tub build. I think one of my next steps is I have to build / and or acquire a proper hot tub or pool cover. This will make things a whole lot cleaner and make things a whole lot more functional. As you'll see here in a couple seconds, my wife and I are putting our plastic cover on the pool, and it's not great. It doesn't work that well. It's only meant to be temporary, and all it does is keep the debris from the trees above out of the pool. And I just take a ratchet strap and ratchet around there so that the wind does not blow it away. That was a lot of fun. I'm super stoked to finish this. I'm excited to see what's going to happen with the rest of this. Stay tuned for more. I promise you're going to really, really enjoy it.
Hi! Dad jumped in the pool like a whale.
I did.